Dale Evans, known as the beloved Queen of the West, had a life intertwined with cowboy legend Roy Rogers, enchanting audiences with their stories of love and faith. However, behind the scenes, Dale's journey was marked by secrets, loss, and a shocking confession about her husband that left many stunned. In her final years, she faced both physical and emotional pain as she revealed a truth that had haunted her for decades. Dale Evans's darkest secret, which she couldn't keep hidden any longer, was that she wasn't always the glamorous cowgirl seen on screen. She was born as Frances Octavus Smith on October 31st, 1912, in Uvalde, Texas. Her early years were characterized by instability and heartbreak, as she spent much of her childhood living with her uncle Dr. L.D. Massey, an internal medicine physician in Ula, Arkansas. Life with her uncle was meant to bring stability, but young Frances still faced uncertainty and challenges. At just 14 years old, she made a daring decision to elope with a man named Thomas Foe Fox, and by 15, she became a mother to Thomas Foe Fox Jr. However, her young husband abandoned her just a year later, leaving Frances as a single mother in Memphis, Tennessee, struggling to raise a child while pursuing a dream in music. Despite the challenges, she landed singing gigs at radio stations WMC and WREC in Memphis, where she played the piano, sang, and built a small following. Her determination led to a significant change when a station manager in Louisville, Kentucky, suggested a catchier name, leading to the adoption of the name Dale Evans, marking a new start in her career. As she found her footing as a jazz, swing, and big band singer, her talent earned her a screen test and a contract with 20th Century Fox Studios, finally propelling her into the limelight. When Dale Evans became involved with Hollywood, she was required to maintain a perfect and scandal-free image. To achieve this, studio executives invented a false narrative that portrayed Dale as the devoted, unmarried sister of her teenage brother Tommy, when in reality Tommy was her son, Thomas Fox Jr. Despite the painful nature of this lie, Dale had no choice but to go along with it in order to safeguard her career. Dale's personal life was also complex, marked by multiple marriages and divorces. After an unsuccessful first marriage to Fox, she remarried in 1929 to August Wayne Johns, but the marriage ended in 1935 without children or much happiness. She then married Robert Dale Butts in 1937, a collaborator in her music career, but their personal relationship struggled, leading to their divorce in 1946. During her time at 20th Century Fox, Dale's career was on the rise, and she became a prominent figure as the featured singer on the Edgar Bergen Charlie McCarthy Show. In addition to her singing career, Dale's cowgirl persona began to take shape, characterized by signature wardrobe pieces like embroidered white leather gauntlets and pink rhinestone cowboy boots that added glamour to her country image. The turning point in Dale's personal life came on New Year's Eve in 1947 when she married Roy Rogers at the Flying L Ranch in Davis, Oklahoma. This union marked the merging of two Hollywood icons, with Rogers being on his third marriage and Dale on her fourth. The couple had previously been a popular on-screen duo and decided to become partners both professionally and personally. Their chemistry extended beyond the cameras, and they shared a life filled with love, loss, and a mutual passion for cowboy hats. After marrying Rogers, Dale felt it was time to reveal the truth about her son, Tommy, whom the studios had portrayed as her brother for years. Tommy was actually her son, not her sibling, and the truth about their relationship was finally revealed. Rogers already had 3 children from his second marriage: Cheryl, Linda, and Roy Jr. Dusty embraced Dale's son as his own in 1950, and the couple welcomed their first child together, Robin Elizabeth. The birth of Robin, who had Down syndrome, was a joyous moment followed by heartbreak, as she faced many health challenges and passed away shortly before her second birthday due to complications. Dale was devastated by Robin's passing, but turned her grief into a mission, writing a book called Angel Unaware about Robin's short life. This book was more than just a tribute. It aimed to change public perceptions of children with developmental disabilities. Dale's efforts made a significant impact, leading to the renaming of the Oklahoma County Council for Mentally Children to the Dale Rogers Training Center in her honor. Dale continued to write numerous books, most of which were religious and inspirational, offering hope to parents facing similar struggles. In addition to Robin, Roy and Dale adopted 4 more children: Mimi, Dodie, Sandy, and Debbie, expanding their already blended family. Despite their busy careers, Roy and Dale tried to provide a loving home for all their children. From 1951 to 1957, Roy and Dale starred in the successful Roy Rogers Show, with Dale riding her trusty buckskin horse, Buttermilk, while Roy rode Trigger. Dale's role on the show went beyond just being a cowgirl. She added compassion and a message of faith, frequently encouraging viewers to turn to God in times of trouble. In 1962, Dale and Roy co-hosted the Roy Rogers and Dale Evans Show, a comedy Western variety program. By then, Dale was already outspoken about her Christian beliefs and used her platform to spread the word, often integrating faith into the show's themes. In 1964, Dale took a bold step into politics by speaking at the Project Prayer Rally at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. The rally aimed to bring back mandatory school prayer following 2 Supreme Court decisions that had struck it down. At the rally, Dale stood before 2,500 attendees and declared, "It's high time that all America stood up to be counted. Let our children learn of the Lord and be free." She was joined by Hollywood stars like Walter. When the 1964 presidential election took place, Brennan, Rhonda Fleming, and Pat Boone all showed their support for the cause. During this time, Dale once again demonstrated her political alignment by endorsing Barry Goldwater, a conservative candidate known for his strong stance on American values. Dale's endorsement was not merely symbolic. She actively campaigned, aligning her Christian beliefs with Goldwater's message. This support was consistent with Dale's public persona, which was built around faith, family, and patriotism. In the 1970s, Dale shifted her focus back to music, recording several solo albums of religious songs that reflected her unwavering faith. Throughout the 1980s, Dale and Roy remained a beloved part of American culture, introducing their old films on the Nashville Network and evoking nostalgia in new audiences. The 1990s brought a new chapter for Dale as she launched her own religious television program, reaching out to viewers with messages of faith and hope. Even as Roy's health declined, Dale remained a beacon of strength, standing by his side until his death in 1998, marking the end of their partnership that had lasted over 5 decades. In 1955, Rogers and Evans purchased a picturesque 168-acre ranch near Chatsworth, California, later expanding it to 300 acres, reflecting their success as Western stars. However, despite their Hollywood success and the scenic beauty of their ranch, tragedy struck in 1964 when their adopted daughter Debbie was killed in a devastating church bus accident at the age of 12. The loss of Debbie deeply impacted Dale and Roy, with Dale often describing it as one of the darkest moments of her life, expressing the sentiment that no parent should have to bury their child. The tragedy prompted a life-changing decision for Roy and Dale, leading them to leave their beloved ranch in Chatsworth and move to the 67-acre Double R Bar Ranch in Apple Valley, California, seeking a fresh start. Despite the haunting memories of Debbie's death, Dale threw herself into work, continuing to speak publicly about faith and share her story, struggles, and unwavering belief in God's plan for everyone. Dale's tone shifted to become more raw and honest, frequently addressing the reality of grief and the struggle to maintain faith during times of intense pain. Throughout their marriage, Dale and Roy were devoted partners, although their relationship faced challenges. In her later years, Dale began to open up about the struggles she encountered, all while never speaking negatively about Roy publicly. She hinted at the pressures of their lifestyle, Roy's strict approach to parenting, and the strain their careers placed on their family life. Dale also disclosed moments of loneliness, especially during Roy's absence due to filming or touring. Her honesty extended beyond her marriage, as she shared details about her own regrets, particularly the deceptions she felt compelled to maintain during her early career. She expressed regret over pretending her son Tommy was her brother for many years, a burden she carried privately throughout her life. Despite the heartache, Dale remained unwavering in her belief in the power of faith, family, and love. Her daughter Dodie often reflects on how Dale's resilience shaped her own life, recalling her as a strong woman who faced and overcame numerous tragedies. Dale passed away on February 7, 2001, at the age of 88, just 3 years after Roy's death. In her final years, she remained committed to sharing her story and promoting her faith, expressing her readiness to reunite with Roy and her lost children in heaven. Dodie continues to honor her parents' legacy by sharing stories of her upbringing as part of the Rogers-Evans family, emphasizing that despite their Hollywood stardom, they were real people who faced genuine struggles. She believes in sharing both the good and the bad, as that is what makes a person whole. Dale Evans and Roy Rogers were not only stars, but legends whose impact transcends Hollywood screens and country music charts. The Western genre has inspired fans across generations, and the legacy of Dale and Roy is literally etched in stone on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Dale has 2 stars on the Walk of Fame, one for her work in radio at 6638 Hollywood Boulevard, and another for television at 1737 Vine Street, symbolizing not just her success, but also her pioneering spirit in the entertainment industry. Roy Rogers, on the other hand, has 3 stars of his own, honoring his contributions to motion pictures, television, and radio, all clustered along Vine Street, reflecting his influence across multiple mediums. In addition to his stars, Roy received the Golden Boot Award in 1983, and later the Golden Boot Founders Award in 1996, celebrating his significant impact on the Western genre. Both Dale and Roy were inducted into the Western Performers Hall of Fame at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City in 1976, a fitting honor for two icons synonymous with the Western way of life. Dale, in particular, was honored again in 1995 as an inductee to the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame in Fort Worth, Texas, further solidifying her legacy as an icon of the Western genre. Roy was also recognized as a founding member of the Sons of the Pioneers, the band that launched his career in the music world. In 2002, Dale was ranked number 34 on CMT's 40 Greatest Women in Country Music, with her song Happy Trails remaining a beloved anthem, symbolizing not just her career, but also a philosophy of life. The couple's musical legacy is further cemented by Roy's induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame twice, once in 1980 as part of the Sons of the Pioneers, and then again in 1988 as a solo artist, making him the only person, as of August 2022, to achieve this dual honor. Their influence was also commemorated on the Palm Springs Walk of Stars, where they share a golden palm star dedicated to them in 2001. Beyond honors and plaques, Dale's impact extended into the realm of advocacy, particularly for children with special needs. Her groundbreaking efforts for children with developmental disabilities led to the establishment of the Dale Rogers Training Center in Oklahoma, serving as a testament to her work and changing the way society viewed these children by using her own story to inspire compassion. Understanding Roy's legacy takes on a unique flavor because of his pride in his Chaka heritage. In 1967, he was honored as the Outstanding Indian Citizen of the Year by a group of Western tribes, which underscored his commitment to preserving Native American culture. Despite becoming one of the most recognizable cowboys globally, Roy Rogers' dedication to preserving Native American culture remained evident. Roy Rogers' influence extends to pop culture, with references to him in songs like If I Had a Boat by Lyle Lovett, Roy Rogers by Elton John, and Should Have Been a Cowboy by Toby Keith. Randy Travis's music video for Heroes and Friends and the movie Die Hard also pay homage to Roy Rogers, showcasing the deep impact of his persona on American culture. Dale's legacy lives on through her daughter, Cheryl Rogers Barnett, who co-authored Cowboy Princess, Life with My Parents, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, offering an intimate look at the personal lives of these beloved stars. In 2018, both Dale and Roy were inducted into the National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum, solidifying their status as cultural icons. Dale's work in inspiring young women, particularly those with limited opportunities, continues to make her an enduring role model. Roy's name remains synonymous with the embodiment of the Western hero, a figure of honor, integrity, and resilience. The films featuring Roy and the continued performances of his classic songs by the Sons of the Pioneers serve as ongoing sources of inspiration for fans. The family's tireless efforts to preserve their legacy are evident through their active participation in events, publication of memoirs, and dedication to keeping the cowboy spirit alive. Dale and Roy's story is not just one of fame, but also a tale of love, loss, faith, and an unwavering commitment to their values, symbolized by their ability to face life's challenges with grace and resilience.